Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Killer Collab podcast. My name is Tone Deaf from Florida, Tony D. As always, I'm joined with Chris Lato from Reaper Films.
How y'all doing?
Dude, so early.
Yeah, it is.
It's very early.
Work like at a restaurant till 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah, I didn't get home till 4 o'clock this morning.
That's ridiculous.
What? Yeah, it happens.
Like, why?
That's my life. It's my life. I can't do nothing about it. And ladies and gentlemen, in the studio we have Joe Davison. Joe Davison, how are we?
Where am I waving?
The camera right in front, right. I'm right here in this area. Let me circle it. Right, I can see it in my screen.
Do you want left or right?
Whatever profile you prefer. Chris has a good side apparently. I don't know. He fights me on it, but I can't find his good side.
I usually look to the back. Yeah. I don't want everybody looking at the back of my head.
Thank God I'm just a round side. There's no good side. It's all just kind of the same oval shape.
Oval. So, Joe Davison, let's tell our audience a little bit about yourself. If there's a lot of people who aren't familiar with you, just in case they just fill in the gaps.
Well, I don't know. I like to go skiing in the summer and
long walks on the beach.
Yeah, swimming in the winter. No, I'm a filmmaker, actor, producer, director. I've directed 8 features, I think. I've written 14. I have. All right.
Features.
Yeah,
That was all your shorts too, I guess.
I don't know.
14.
Yeah, maybe. Plus, and music videos and stuff like that. But whatever.
Those are fun.
Yeah. I'm a writer and I'm an actor. I was on Stranger Things for a hot little minute, and then I've done a bunch of movies, horror film mostly. Horror comedy specifically.
That's all we have on here is horror people.
Yeah, we do a lot of horror.
We don't have bullshit comedy.
That explains the dungeon when I walked in.
No, that's for the effect. That's for the effect. It sets the mood.
He's like, "Come on in," and he shuts the door. It's complete pitch black.
Come on in.
This is where I died.
You should probably put a light in up there in the front.
Why? I wanted it to look like Hostile. It doesn't work.
I thought for sure. I went on the immediate defensive of like, I'm gonna get knifed. Wait for it.
Where's the voice behind the wall? Yeah. Come to the wall. What does the wall feel like? Just keep feeling the wall. Keep feeling the wall.
Rub the fuzzy.
Just keep doing it, dude. Just keep doing it. Oh man! So, do you have any projects that you're working on now?
Well, I just finished up a feature film we shot in LA called Sorority the Dam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorority the Dam.
That was pretty fun, man. It had an amazing actress by the name of Felissa Rose.
You know, that sounds familiar. That sounds familiar. Do we know who that is?
We just had her on last week.
Yeah. I always preface it with the most amazingly beautiful Felissa Rose.
She was awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah, she was definitely awesome.
And then we throw rose petals as she walks in. Black rose petals.
There, yeah. Oh, yeah.
The Mistress of Darkness.
Yes. So how long was that shoot?
Sarah French was in that as well, right?
Sarah French was in that. She's also amazing. I love her just as much, man. She is very talented. You guys will not believe her when you see her in the movie. Her fighting is awesome, so she's great, man. She's great.
That's cool.
How long was that shoot?
Well, it's a little different for me because I was out there. I don't even know when we shot it. I was home by Halloween, maybe. So no, was I? Yeah, I don't know. Christmas for sure. So October to November we shot it, I think, and it was cold.
Where did you shoot
I went
that?
out there 2 weeks or 3 weeks before we started shooting. So I personally was there for about 2.5 months.
Where did you shoot it?
We shot it all over LA. We shot it at this really cool place called SCI. Yeah, I don't know.
It's a whole lot of letters.
ICS. It is. ICS, and it's really this really cool locations property. They got a hospital that's full only for production.
Oh, nice. It's like a backlot?
It was a town. It was a full town that some dude bought and turned it into locations.
Nice. Almost like Dry Creek, right?
Yeah, but with like air conditioning and electricity and like buildings.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
Well, it's like the Universal Studios backlot they used to have. I don't know if they still have that. Is that still around here? Do they still use that backlot?
There's one at Full Sail in Orlando. We speak.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, but this place was cool. So we shot there, and then we shot it up in Santa Clarita Mountains
Nice.
all night. We had all night shoots up there, 8 days and nights. 8 days and nights. Is that a Beatles song?
How many shoot days did you have?
22, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a pretty healthy shoot date.
Yeah, and we actually was ahead of time. We finished day 18, I think.
Oh, that's always awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But it's
Save
because
money.
Under budget?
Yep.
Nice.
What happened? We had a certain amount of time to do this choreographed big fight scene in the cemetery, and you only could do that in the dark.
Right.
So what happened was we knew that we would do as much as we can until we were out of time, and then wrap it up. So the last night we're like, okay, let's summarize. Let's just kind of fucking finish this shit. And because we kind of worked that way, it allowed us to, when it came to the dialogue stuff, man, our actresses were like, bam, 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 bam. We didn't spend hours trying to get this stuff done.
Right.
And our director of photography, Mike Sue, who has directed out all kinds of stuff, and my co-director and partner, Roy Knierim of Soda Effects, all of us together, man, we moved so like clockwork. It was the best experience of my life. I've never worked with a crew that could move as fast as these guys could.
Yeah, obviously hasn't worked with us, Tony.
No, yeah.
and
I mean,
with
well,
Roy,
we're all doing like 5 jobs, so it's kind of hard to move.
right. So, but like we had with Roy and his whole team, Roy's like a very well-known master of effects, and we had Marcel Banks on the shoot, and a couple days we had Gage Munster, who's also like one of the best effects guys, and then we had our fabricator Ken Hall, and Matt Folletta, who was our producer. All these guys. Matt was also built like all these things we needed on the fly. I was like, I remember one day we were shooting with Sarah French, and I was like, we were told prior that we weren't going to be able to get the wire rig up to the mountains like that because they couldn't get in. It turns from paved road to dirt road to don't get killed. And so we were like, all right, so we're up there. We're just trying to figure it out. And we had constructed the cemetery ruins, this whole thing. We constructed all of it. The cemetery, the ruins, the monoliths, all these cool things we got. And we had some just stuff laying there, and I looked at Matt Folletta and I said, can you build a seesaw? And he's like, what do you mean? I said, what if we put Sarah on the end of the seesaw on a bicycle seat and make a really long seesaw that just raises her like 30 feet into the air? And he was like, yeah. And he had it done in like 2 hours.
Nice.
And then we got lucky because we actually were able to put it on this incline. So it looks like she's 100 feet in the air.
Huh.
It's really cool, man. And we just painted out.
Right.
Couldn't get a wire rig, but we had a seesaw.
Yeah, there you go. Seesaws help. Little raise it up.
Yeah. So,
The movie's about a witch coven, right?
Yeah, kind of. It's about a lot. It's
That's a good synopsis.
yeah. So what happens is this guy, this hapless biologist who only wants to go study orcas up in Alaska, is told by his dying grandfather, Richard Elfman, who's amazing. Did you ever see like Forbidden Zone or? Yeah. So Richard's like on another level. Like, I don't know what dimension he's really in, but I love him. And he's great. So he plays Reynolds, the grandfather, and he explains to Trevor that he's not going to study whales. He needs to watch over the sorority house. It's his job to maintain it. And he's like, I'm not a janitor. I'm a scientist. I have a degree. And he's like, you're a fucking idiot. You're a loser. Stop wasting your fucking time watching whales. And he's like, you're fucking crazy. And then the grandfather like goes on this little spat about werewolves and shit. And he's like, okay, you're fucking retarded. And then he dies. The grandfather dies. So Trevor watches over this sorority house now. And he hates it. He's a pothead. He just doesn't care about it. He hates the girls. He wants to punch all of them in the face, right? And he's constantly in there fixing the toilet and shit. So
Stop flushing your tampons.
Exactly, that's the whole thing. So he discovers the fucking thing, and he's like, "What the fuck is this? What about my mom and dad? What's all these pictures?" And he finds this book. It's like a book of shadows, but it's old as fuck. And Angela, played by Felissa Rose, has been is a little deeper than we think. She's a little crazy. We don't know really much about her. She's clearly
got something going on.
Yeah, she clearly looks like she's a witch. You know what I mean? She just kind of, but she watches over the girls. So she's always kind of been there as the house mother. Trevor doesn't know anything about her. He doesn't care. He's never bothered to learn about these people. Right. You know. But then he slowly starts to discover like there's a hidden thing, and this and that opens a door, and in the door is a chamber, and in the chamber is a worship room, and in there is a fucking book that shouldn't have been found, and now they find the book, and fucking Felissa gets it. She's like, well, fuck all you bitches, I'm out. And she fucking tries to summon these witches, and they're like, you're a dumb fucking bitch, and they kill her, blah, blah, blah. And then it gets crazy, and then Trevor realizes that they're actually they're the protectors, his bloodline. He's the last of these witch hunters, these demon hunters, and if he doesn't fucking follow through, they're gonna take over.
Right. Now, is that a little too much of the story, or
I don't know. Who's gonna, who cares?
Okay. I mean, I can edit that out.
Yeah.
Do you have a release date yet?
No, man. We were aiming for something spectacular. We're not quite sure. We'll be done with the movie in about another 2 months in total.
So you're shooting for like a Halloween release, or
I don't know. We're trying. We're working with a few because of my partner Roy and Matt Folletta and those guys in LA. They have a lot of sources that are very interested, but nothing solid yet.
Like on distribution, or
yeah. So the goal is to wait and see what they say.
Right.
Because it's just a very unique.
Are you trying to get a theater release at all, or?
I prefer drive-in.
Oh.
I prefer. I think I'd like to go the drive-in route, but I'd also like to do indoors too. But who knows when that'll all be back to normal? Right. It blows my mind when I leave Florida and go to any other state, and people are like, "I've been in my house for 18 months."
I know.
I was like, "What are you talking about? I never stopped leaving my house. Like I went to the beach every day while there was nobody there."
Right.
Like, what do you mean?
I've been to the theater 3 out of the last 4 weeks, and I saw A Quiet Place 2, and the theater was maybe half full. And then I saw
that seems about right.
The Conjuring, and The Conjuring again was about half full. And then I went and saw Hitman's Bodyguard Wife on Saturday afternoon, and it was full. Like the theater was full.
Well, Ryan Reynolds, man.
Yeah,
love him.
So I'm hoping, I'm hoping that they start releasing more things. Like
or Samuel Jackson. Somebody's there for both or both of them.
I was there for Selma.
Well, I mean, it maybe in Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But they've only been releasing like one movie a week.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that they start releasing more stuff.
That was very rude. I think she's a very talented actress.
Oh, absolutely. She definitely
she's
is.
one of my favorites.
Yeah, she's. Yeah.
She was actually really funny in this movie. Like, I really liked it. I thought I liked it almost a little better than the first one. I think.
I love the first one.
The first one was so good.
Yeah.
And this one was just like pure fun. Like it was just tons of action.
Yeah, well, they don't have to
comedy.
do the characters. They know, who they are.
Great. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. I wish they just do that with Marvel movies. Can't we just open with Spider-Man falling out of the sky?
Right.
Why do you have to tell us who he is again?
All over again.
Oh yeah.
His Uncle Ben died? What? Get out of here! I didn't know that since I was 9.
I want the alternate reality where he's alive, and then he's like,
what if he's Spider-Man and fucking Parker dies?
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
He becomes Spider-Man.
Hey, multiverse. You never know.
There's a movie.
There's
Spider Grandpa.
Multiverse. I'm waiting for that to come out. The Multiverse of Madness from Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
I'm definitely waiting for that to
Sam
come.
Raimi.
Yes, he's coming back. So definitely that the other Spider-Mans have to come because it was his story or his directorial.
Well, didn't they confirm Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield and Jamie Foxx?
Yeah. Oh, Jamie had that.
There's
definitely.
rumors that I don't think they've actually.
I don't think they confirmed it.
Like, they keep saying stuff.
Like it's like sneaks.
Well,
it's
every one of those actors are going to be like, yes.
Exactly. Right.
But a lot of them have contracts that have non-disclosed. They can't say anything because Marvel is so like that.
Unless it's Tom Holland, he just says whatever.
Yeah, or Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo, they're terrible with that too.
I don't know, like, what do they care? They're like, yeah, I said it, so what? I'm Spider-Man. Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Recast you. They'll do that. They can do
done that before.
Well, only person that violated was Tom Holland, and he's awesome. So that's I think the only real reason. Mark Ruffalo just live streams the premiere on Instagram.
You think that was an accident?
No. His publicist was great. He probably got so many hits and so many follows after that. It's like, is he gonna do it again?
So when did you start making movies, Joe? Like, how old were you when you started? You're 20. And what got you into it? Like, what motivated you to be a movie?
I don't know. I grew up in a little town called Ocala. That's where I graduated high school. Little pumpkin patch in the middle of Florida. Mm-hmm. Full of horses and rednecks, and not my flavor at all. I never really fit in. Mm-hmm. I didn't really have a direction. I lived on my own as a sophomore. Then on,
What kind of equipment did you use?
Well, I didn't start shooting movies. I graduated in 1994, and I moved to Tampa in 95-ish. 95. And I basically started on a sketch comedy show that was on public access. And then that was called The Sidewalk Cracks. And we aired every Monday night at 10 o'clock. God, I can't believe I remember all this. Because I've smoked a lot of weed since
you're high.
You
speak more clearly.
Yeah.
We were on TCI Cable Channel 5 in Newport Richey. And I did that for a couple years.
Do they still have public access?
That was in 90. Yeah, that was 90s, man.
That was the height of public access.
Yeah, that was the height. We were super.
Lifestyles of the.
No, I mean, do they have it now?
I don't know. No, they have YouTube now. It's the same thing. That's what YouTube is public access.
Yeah.
People don't understand it. They're like, no, I'm YouTube star. No, you're public access for the world.
Right.
I was doing it before you were even born.
Yeah. Maybe. I did a public access TV show in Philadelphia, Delaware, and Jersey. For music, I did like a TRL local for local bands and local groups, and that's what we did with public access. But it was fun. Yeah, definitely got me broke me into TV.
The way we did it is we went out, we shot all our sketches, and then we edited them down ourselves, VCR to VCR.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and then we put the whole show together, 30 minutes, and just took it down to the station. And they put it on.
Right.
We got a huge fan base from that. That actually led me to doing stand-up.
What was the show called?
The Sidewalk Cracks. Then,
because I remember watching a show called, I think it was called Lifestyles of the Up and Coming.
Wasn't us.
It was on public access, like on Friday night, and they would go to like all the Mardi Gras, and the whole show was literally girls showing their tits for beats.
Yeah.
Like that was literally the whole show, and I watched it every Friday.
Yeah.
You sure you weren't watching that? What was that DVD that they keep selling at 3 a.m.?
Too hot for TV.
Yeah, too hot for TV. You sure you weren't watching the infomercial?
Yeah, it was basically the same thing.
I think you were just watching the infomercial over and over again.
Yeah, so that led me to stand up, and then not really stand up, improv. I started doing improv locally.
Love improv.
We had a troupe called Beat the Dead Horse. That was our first troupe. There's about 19 of us in that troupe.
Oh wow, that's a big troupe.
That's so stupid. And then we broke off and we created the Charming Hooligans. And the Charming Hooligans was like 6 of us.
And I think that's a good size for improv.
So did you just go on stage and just do skits and stuff?
Improv. Yeah. We actually had the Key West Comedy Club in Ybor City as Beat the Dead Horse. We did Brass Mug and we traveled. And then we became the Charming Hooligans, and we ended up getting bigger shows. Like we opened for Dave Chappelle.
Oh, nice.
At USF Sundome. We traveled to Marco Island all the time doing shows. We became very well known in the area, and then we all kind of went our separate ways for a little bit. The Charming Hooligans is still around. Chris Gorgeous and Daryl Knapp and Marty Hoffman and Darren Verde, myself and Jason Kranick. We all kind of went different ways. Chris Gorge is still a stand-up comic, does it all the time. Daryl Knapp's still doing improv. Jason lives in Chicago, and he's a director of photography. I make movies. It's
Oh yeah.
But the Hooligans itself, the name is still here. They're still perform. They're still a running hooligan company.
Right.
We could all jump in as alumni, and it's kind of fun.
So it's like a fraternity.
I guess I haven't done it in a while. We've been trying to get a reunion show going, but dude, we all live in other states now. It's impossible.
Oh yeah.
Then I formed a group with Jason Kranick called the Caffeine Kids, and we were at the Improv in Ybor City every Wednesday. They gave us the house. So
nice.
Yeah, and we'd go shoot a sketch and edit it, then we'd rehearse a live sketch plus improv, right? So our show was come in, do an improv bit, then play a sketch.
Yeah.
Drop back on lights, we're in a sketch. Do the sketch,
that's cool.
Back to improv. End on a choreographed dance number.
Wow.
That was every Wednesday, dude. Every Wednesday.
That's incredible.
So it was like the Dave Chappelle show.
I had to practice like all week.
All week.
The
dance moves all week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
but inner circle dating. Fuck that all up. My main rule was like nobody date.
Yep.
Oh, you did. Okay, cool. Oh, you're not coming to practice?
Oh yeah.
Oh, we're just gonna close the troop now. That's cool. I'm gonna go make movies forever. Bye.
Yeah.
That's basically what happened.
Yeah, that's what happens in a lot of workplaces. People just like to date each other and then break up and then create feuds and create like hostility and then I'm not going to show up anymore.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing.
So but I have been chomping at the bit. I want to get back on stage. I think.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about it a lot.
Improv is so much fun.
It's ridiculous.
I wish I could do stand-up comedy. I just can't do it. I can't. I'm not a storyteller like that. I always like to do it, but I love comedy.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. So
that led me to filmmaking. I saw on stage doing improv. That dude flew me to Miami to be in a war movie. That was like 2000. I came back.
So were you an actor first before you became a director?
I don't know what I was. I don't know.
Kind of a
I wasn't. I didn't even have an interest in it in high school at all.
Right.
I mean, it was Ocala. What do? You don't do anything. Everyone else is. If you don't work at a grocery store, you're gonna shovel manure.
Right.
Oh.
Like that was your plight. I had no idea. All I knew was I'm leaving this place and I'm gonna go where there's other things.
Right.
And that's what I did.
People.
Yeah, and that's what I did. I was like, this is
how far is that from here? Isn't it like
2 hours?
2 hours.
Oh wow.
Directly into the forest.
Yeah. I thought it was a little bit closer to that.
It's like 45 minutes from Gainesville.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Which is just as bad.
Oh yeah. Well, they got the university up there, right?
Yeah, I lived in Gainesville for like 6 months.
It's like
and
every 2 churches there's a liquor store.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's why the pastor's always drunk up there on Sundays.
Well,
That's what makes it fun. I didn't touch Tommy. I was drunk.
You lie.
All right, Dad. Go back to bed.
Oh, miss. So I know you're working on. Is it just like getting edited now? The sorority one?
Yeah. There's a lot of visuals and there's a lot of practicals. We got 4 practical elemental witches were full silicone makeup.
Oh,
played by Sarah French. She plays the air witch, and then we have Renee Daw who plays the water witch, and then we had Catalina Waters who played our earth witch, and Anna Christensen who played the fire witch.
Now, was this a big budget? Like, how big was the budget?
It was up there. It's the biggest budget I've ever worked on.
Yeah.
We had a full suit statue that moved that was created by Ken Hall, who created Puppet Master. He did our entire statue suit.
Nice.
Then we had 4 elemental witches in full makeup and wardrobe, which was created by Marcel Banks. He designed all the witches. He's fat. God, he's so great, man. He's so talented.
Like most of your budget go to effects, basically. Like visual effects.
Yeah,
no,
I didn't.
I know visual effects are expensive.
We Roy basically called in a favor with Felissa, begged her to come onto the shoot. And then when we met, we were like, oh, we were meant to do this. Because
she's so fun. She's so
just
fun.
insults my character a lot. They all insult him. He's just basically an asshole. He's not an asshole. Everyone treats him like he's an idiot.
Right.
And he's basically my life. This is just me on screen. People just yelling at me for no reason. Like, you're an idiot. Thank you, I guess. All right. So,
that's a fun set to be on.
but Roy and I didn't want to seek out huge names.
Right.
Yeah.
We didn't want to do that. We knew who we wanted. I knew who I wanted. We did an audition. All up the West Coast. I couldn't remember what coast I was on. I was like, wait, I'm on the West Coast. Oh, but California's West Coast.
Right.
So what is the West Coast of Florida if not the West Coast?
It's the West Coast.
Isn't it all the West Coast technically?
Pretty much.
Or people say Gulf Coast.
All right, that's better. I'll accept that.
But you can also say that in Texas.
Yeah, true. Yeah. So, all right. Anyways,
There goes that
Columbus
idea.
didn't discover America. All we're saying.
It's a conspiracy.
Yeah. So, I don't know what I was talking about. Oh, auditions. So, we auditioned, man, and we saw one of our producers, Bernie Stern, Emmy award-winning producer. I have to say it.
Absolutely.
It's in my contract.
You are required.
Yeah. So.
If you win any type of Oscar, and
you
that's
deserve it.
part of your.
It's almost like you're a knight.
Like it should be part of your.
Yeah, it's a night shift. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oscar winning.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
Or
But
nominee.
He works at Walmart now. I don't
nominee-
care. This is your
nominee
Oscar
don't
winning
count.
cashier.
Right. If you're an Emmy nominee, no, that's not knighthood. That's
No.
you lost.
Yeah.
I mean, they still do it.
You lost.
They still do it.
Well, yeah, because it carries a little bit.
Right. It makes
Yeah,
it
it
sound
does.
bigger than
Yeah.
It does. Like, I was there.
So
They had my picture when they were announcing the winner, but my picture was there.
we did this huge audition, and we got in a ton of people, and we just filtered and filtered and filtered and filtered, and got all the right actresses and actors, and we didn't want to. We thought, Roy and I are trying to do something new, which is why we started our partnership.
Mhm.
And with that, we wanted to introduce new people.
Oh, yeah.
I'm new. Roy's not. Roy's done over 300 movies.
Right.
He works closely with Boomhouse and, Screen Gems and all that stuff. And, but I'm the new guy on the block.
Right.
But I've been here for 20 years.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, I'll start this fucking ladder all over again. You know what I mean?
It's just a different yard. It's just a different yard.
Yeah.
It's a different pond, different pool,
Right.
different ocean,
So it's like,
It's a-
all right. So, but because of that, I've been gifted, all these great opportunities because of someone like Roy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even be here without him.
Yeah, well, a lot of times
So-
we owe a lot of our success to a lot of people. Like, I had a life mentor, so we always have somebody to thank
Yeah.
for our opportunities and where we are.
Originally I was going to shoot that here,
Yeah.
and I was literally told there was no way.
Well, I talked to you at the Real Terror Film Festival. I can't remember what year it was. I had to be. God, it had to be
long time ago.
5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago.
Here's what happened.
And you were talking about Sorority of the Damned, and I remember I was talking about it there, and I guess figured you weren't going to do it, and then I saw a poster of it come out. I was like,
me
"Whoa,
too.
he made it!"
Me too. Here's what happened with that. I got an investor early on, right about that time probably, where I was like, we're going to make this thing. They were going to give us like $500,000 if I put this girl in it.
Mm.
So I went back, rewrote the script, put this fucking girl in it, because she was like 10. I was like, this ain't a 10-year-old movie.
Right.
So I was like, okay, sure. So I went back and sorry. It's my phone. I'm classy, bushy, brashy. Or as my daughters say, brashy, mashy, cashy. They have no idea what she's saying. So we started getting everything together. We started getting people together, and with this investor, we're talking to him. You know, I wrote the script, I sent it back to him. He liked it. Oh, I can't do it anymore. Oh,
Yeah, I have a story like that.
that's cool. So fuck it, push sorority aside. I jumped to something else. I don't fucking know back then. Who knows what I jumped to? Who knows? I don't know. But I've always just had to keep jumping to keep it alive, because if you stop, you're gonna fucking drown.
Sure.
And I try to like help. I don't know what people think of me in the area, but I don't care. All I know is that I struggle very hard to get to where I'm at, and I try to bring people with me, and they're too good. They won't even like take secondary positions, or they won't even. I asked to come. I was like, come out, do my behind the scenes. We don't do that no more. We don't do that. We make feature films.
Chris, what's our motto? What's our motto on the stage on this show?
Oh, we've said it a million times. Get on every single project you can possibly get on.
Exactly.
If you live in Florida, if you live in Tampa Bay area or Orlando, get on every single project you can, whether it's paid or not.
Yeah, we preach that. Like, no matter what, like I said, anything. If I'm holding a boob pole, if I'm doing lights, like anything, dude, get me on the set.
Man, I started so in 2002, I left Tampa and moved to England. I lived in England for 4 years.
Nice.
Over there, I was part of a group called the Cambridge Filmmakers Network. It was a group of people who had no egos, and every project, someone switched a major position.
Mm-hmm.
Either you wrote it, I directed it, or you directed it, he wrote it, I produced it, or you fucking casted it. Right. We all changed our positions. We made 4 30-minute films that are fucking dope, that have won all kinds of awards in England, with this group. And I only lived there for 4 years.
So Joe's like, I'm real popular in England.
No, not even. Well, no, that was 2002. Yeah. But that taught me so much.
Oh yeah.
So I came back in 2006 or 7. Chris Woods and I, a local filmmaker, I got it with him, and I said, "Yo,
you need to have Chris on it."
I said, "You know what I learned over there?" I said, "They got this network." I said, "We need to do the same thing."
Right.
Yeah.
Let's start the Tampa Film Network. And he was like, "Okay." So we did that, and then all these dudes came in, these big, talking jive motherfuckers who act like they know everything,
right, and don't know nothing,
and they come in and they're just like, and they're just like, "That ain't how you do it. This is how you do it. We're gonna do it like this." No, you're not, because you haven't done anything.
Right.
Yeah.
I love the people that are like, "Oh, I'm gonna make a movie one day," and then don't make anything ever, and they teach everybody else how to do stuff, and they're just like, how are you teaching people how to make a movie when you never made one yourself?
So I started. So the Tampa Film Network eventually grows and it grows and it's growing and it's growing. And I get a board of directors, and now I got all these people on my board of directors, and I'm just like, "What? You don't know anything. Nobody knows anything. Nobody knows anything." And you can't tell them because they know it.
They know already.
Exactly. Oh.
So I learn every day. Something fantastic. When I was in LA making Story of the Dam, I learned so much. And then even after the fact, it's still in editing and working with these people, I'm still learning so much.
Of course. I think Steven Spielberg still learns.
Absolutely. That's key in our industry. Like you always have to learn something. There's and
I never want to be that guy who says I'm the best at anything, because me personally, I don't know fuck all anything.
I don't think anybody's the best. There's always somebody that knows more than you know. And
no, for sure, man.
And if you don't learn from that person, then you're
and wrong. Always know that in the circle of the people you're working with, one of them isn't telling you the truth.
Right.
There's always somebody in there who's lying to you.
Yeah.
So you always. I learned that on Sorority. You got to watch your guard, because you got to know who's your
bullshitter.
Who's your bullshitter?
Yeah.
And if it's you, right?
Then you just keep bullshitting.
Exactly.
Oh man!
But it's so.
I always wanted to do a group like Broken Lizard, like something like that. I wanted to do something like that.
I tried several times.
I love them.
That's the thing. Like
3 improv troops.
Yeah.
that's
Several
the thing. Me and
partners.
Sean do stuff, and we know each other. I mean, we've been making movies since 2010, and we know each other's strengths and weaknesses, and we just jive together, and we work together all the time. And we've got a core of people that we just keep making stuff with over and over.
Yeah.
And then we try to bring in a couple new people to each project that we do. And it works that way. I mean, I think the problem with this area is there's a lot of small groups of people doing different things, and no one's collaborating together. Like, we have everybody in this area.
You're right.
We need to bring them all together and make stuff.
What I've witnessed just on films that I've tried to make with people, that I have made with people that are out, but the people that I made them with are still full of themselves.
Right.
Yep.
Is that you have a small group of collective people who think they're the best at everything they're doing.
Right.
And they're not going to take any advice from anybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you got all these little pockets of all these people who think they know the best of everything that they're doing, and they're just bouncing around hitting each other.
Right.
Meanwhile, nobody's really doing
nobody's
anything.
getting anything done.
No one's getting anything done, and they're all just boasting their egos.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, when those groups meet a real group, like a professional group from, let's say, LA, because I'll tell you, there's a difference.
Oh yeah. Even Atlanta, like those groups too. Like Tyler Perry, like I've been on sets with
The
him.
people who worked on Sorority in LA who showed up to move shit, I didn't even know who they were. They came in, did their job, and got the fuck out faster than anyone I ever seen. I couldn't even learn people's names
Yeah.
because these guys didn't stay around.
Right.
They came in, did whatever the fuck they had to do, and they left. Fuck 40 minutes setting up a dolly track.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was, boom, where you want the lights? Done. Let's go. Let's move.
Yeah.
They had magnetic, our DP, I love him so much. He had these lights that were magnetic or had stands you could just fucking slam in the sand.
Wow.
And, dude, he could throw light anywhere. Boom. I watched him walk through the scene. He threw a light and it clipped on his metal ledge. And it was like, and he was done. He's like, done. I was like, that's the coolest fucking thing.
I love technology. Love technology.
I was like, this is fucking dope.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I'm never not using him. You know, like,
what was life before him?
Right, even we were up in the mountains of Santa Clarita, and it was 30 degrees already. And the week we're shooting our exterior fight scene, there's a wind advisory because through the Santa Clarita Mountains, the way they go, the wind comes through and does these 100-mile-an-hour gusts.
Holy shit.
For like 30 feet in certain areas.
That's probably not good for making
Dude, it took our entire set and picked it up and threw it.
Holy shit.
Our whole set.
It sounds like Lost in La Mancha.
And we were like, what the fuck? So our guys rebuilt it in like quick because the wind will die down. It'll be gone for 20 minutes. Or all of a sudden it's on top of you.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right? So we they redid all of it, and then what we had to end up doing was PAs came out, and it's sand. It's all sand. So PAs came out like all wrapped up with goggles and gloves and everything, and they would just hold the set down in the wind at 3 a.m. in 30-degree weather.
We're gonna give you that job, Tony, on the next one.
Yeah.
Hold the shit down in the sand.
Oh yeah.
But it was amazing, man. And it was just such a different experience to try and do something here.
Yeah.
You know, I got shamboozled here trying to make a movie called Hank. You know.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. What happened on that?
Well, you know, man, sometimes
you shot that here?
We shot that in Sarasota.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The Girl Scout camp in Sarasota and surrounding areas. Yeah. Well, we shot 8 days of 18 days of it. Yeah. So, and then we got shut down.
Why?
Well, I mean,
permits and stuff?
No. That's what happens when, someone walks away with about $300,000.
Oh my god.
So.
Oh my
allegedly.
god.
You just ran out of money.
Sorta.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we sort of ran out of money. I mean, we ran out of money. They didn't. They had the money, and then they ran out.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite the opposite.
Are there any plans to try to get that back going on?
It's impossible.
It's impossible.
Impossible.
It's a shame.
Yeah, it's a whole disaster.
People don't understand how much work goes into making a movie.
Dude, it killed me, man. I went into the hospital because I ended up with a heart arrhythmia over Jesus. Because I got so fucked by this movie. There's two people. You know who you are. You won't listen to this anyways. But if you do, you know who you are.
Wow. That's fucking
I'm
brutal.
still coming after you.
That's fucking brutal.
I'm still going after him. The one dude, I'll see him soon. I'm going to break his kneecaps. You heard it right here.
I have a baseball bat behind you.
I don't need it. I'm going to use my bare hands and twist his knees off. No, but I mean, legally I can't really say anything.
No, absolutely.
A lot of bad shit happened.
Yeah.
It was a fantastic movie. The footage looks great that we do have. The effects that Roy and his team did was fucking amazing. That's how I met Roy. He came from LA to do my effects because I have a good friend of mine, Shelby McIntyre, who you probably know.
Yeah, I know Shelby.
He should be on this show. I love that guy.
Good dude.
He's such an asshole.
Yeah.
So Shelby was like, "No, man, use my buddy Roy." I was like, "Okay," and Shelby hooked me up with him like 4 years before that, but I didn't have any money, so I couldn't really do anything. And I sent him a script that he really liked, but we were trying to get like $2 million from this other dude out in LA. I had a meeting at you know how many meetings I've had where investors are like, "Yeah," and then they walk away.
Right. Yep.
Oh yeah. I'm just like, I flew out to LA to have a meeting at Pinewood with these two investors who turned out not to be anybody.
I guess they were the bullshitters.
How did you get a studio at Pinewood?
Right.
Or did you just know a guy that had the key for the day? They turned this bitch, dude, before I got back to the airport, she had already made a post on Instagram about her new movie, which was mine, and how she was casting.
Wow.
And I called my manager. I was like, "What do we do?" She's like, "I got it." Yeah, it was crazy. So now I have a team. I have 3 lawyers. I have a manager. I have 2 agents.
Oh man.
See,
I don't want to get to the point where like we're making movies and then we have to do that.
You have to, man.
Like
people are gonna fuck you.
I mean, I have a good lawyer. I love my lawyer. My lawyer is one of my good friends,
lawyer?
but
it's true. When I tell people
he's here, yeah.
When people are,
make sure you need an entertainment lawyer.
Yeah. Well, I don't think there's any here. I don't even know any here.
I don't know any here either.
It's funny when
mine's out of LA.
When there's new people coming in that say, "Hey, I'm trying to get into the movie
Andrew
business."
Barcelo.
It's like your job is to not get fucked, and their job is to fuck you.
Yeah,
and it's true.
Yeah,
unfortunately, that is the truth. Of this business, and we've all been fucked.
Thank God, Sorority is the first time I had a team that I fully trust, man.
Yeah, that's good. It's good to have. That's why we like Chris Ott and myself, Sean, and a bunch of us work together like on every movie. Like there's like 5 of us
to get this team. I couldn't get it here in Florida because I couldn't get anybody to work with me. Yeah. I thought I was like, well, everyone must just think I'm an asshole, or that has to be the only reason because I can't. Like trying to make movies is very difficult because some of these people who you try to bring on, you can't tell them anything.
Well, there's so many egos here. Like it's ridiculous. Like, you try to talk to somebody.
It's not a collaboration.
No,
I'm going to hire you to DP my movie, but you're just going to fucking do what you want and not talk to me.
Yeah, that's really shitty.
Yeah, we did Seeing Evil 6 years ago, and that was like the biggest budget I ever had on a movie, and we brought all this crew in and stuff, and I'm just like, I had the worst time of my life on that movie.
Yeah.
And I quit for 5 years. I wasn't even in filming anything or directing it, writing nothing for 5 years because of that movie. I was just
Chris, I was there, dude. I was there last year. After Hank crashed and I lost all my money because this person left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was done, man. I had just had a baby.
Right.
Right? We had 2 other children. I had no money. She took all my money. It's gone. I had nothing, man. I had nothing, man. I went and got a job.
Yeah.
And because of that, and then I had that for like 3 months, and then COVID broke out.
Right.
Yeah. And then I was like, what the fuck am I going to do now?
go on unemployment like the rest of us.
No, I did not do that. I didn't do that. I wrote a proposal, and I just did a shot in the dark, and it worked. And and now I have 2 very, very, very close friends who are going to make sure that this works out.
Yeah,
and it's great.
Oh yeah,
it's good.
It's great, man.
Definitely good to have.
Yeah,
definitely good to have.
And I got my only closest partner here in the area, Jeremy Lester. He's like, just my right hand. Oh, and there's Carolee. You know Carolee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's always been there, man, since the very beginning, before we even had a studio. Carolee's been there since as Night Falls, Experiment 7, back 100 Tears. Carolee was there 100 Tears with Marcus Cook.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're always available to do movies. Chris has boatloads of time. I would too. Nice. Oh, that's awesome. Oh man, I just love to say, like, what we wanted to do, like, for this area, we want to build that community. That was like one of our first shows. We were like, we want to build our independent movie community here. But like I said, there's so many of those egos and people. Shit. It's just, and we just gotta like get rid of all those egos and just.
It's funny because you're talking about you couldn't get people to like work for you or work with you. I was casting a movie, and these girls auditioned, and I liked both of them and offered them lead roles in the movie. And a couple days later, they said, "My manager said I can't be in the movie." And I was like, "What?"
You mean your boyfriend?
Like, what?
You mean your boyfriend said that?
2 people said that their agent wouldn't let them be in the movie, and I'm just
Who
like,
were they? Well,
what kind of fucking agent?
Sure. Well, sorry, I just kicked my own.
What kind of agent is telling you not to be a lead in a movie? Like, I don't understand that logic. So whatever. I mean, it is what it is, right?
Ready for my close-up, Mr. DeVille?
Yeah, man, it's so. I don't know, dude, and that's why when my very good friend looked at me, I gave him the budget and everything for Sorority, and him and his partner went and they broke it down, and they came back to us, and he looked at me and he goes, "You're not gonna be able to make this movie here." I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "No one's gonna be able to do this for you."
Wow.
So we called Roy, partner in LA, and Roy said, "Fine, we'll shoot it in LA. I know everybody," and we did.
What was the limitations that it would
knowledge?
Allow? Okay. Yeah.
Knowledge and the willingness to have professionalism. We felt that there wasn't enough. There wasn't enough people. Like, we had our DP set, so outside of that, getting crew here to know what they were doing was going to be a very difficult task. Right. And flying in all the effects crew and all that cost us a little bit more than we wanted.
Yeah.
It was easier to fly me and 2 actors out to LA.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you planning on staying here?
I don't know, man. I really wanted to do this community up, man. That's all I've been trying to do since 2006. Well, since 95.
What, do you have any ideas?
You know what the problem is now is, so
I had a ton, but I'm tired of telling them.
The problem here is I made a movie called Crazy Lake in 2015, and we had some pretty talented people on the crew.
Marcus did that, right?
Marcus did the effects. Yeah. We had some talented cast, and every one of them is gone. They get some credits and move.
Yeah,
and they move to Atlanta and they move to LA.
I know a few people like that, man, and they're not wrong because you get a
absolutely tell them to move.
Yeah, you get a taste for it, and you're like, I'm out. I was gonna move to Atlanta.
Yeah.
After Stranger Things, I was like, that's where we need to be.
Right.
We need to be in Atlanta. But then I really started watching what was happening, and I was talking to some people I'd met on Stranger Things on the crew and stuff, and because I became really good friends with this second camera DP and operator Bob Glick, and I kind of talked to him a little bit, and he was like, I think it's gonna die out here. Mm-hmm. He's like, so don't do anything stupid,
right?
Because I was talking to him on set about it, like, should I move here? And he's like, I don't know,
right?
And then Atlanta kind of burst, it deflated a little,
mm-hmm.
and then COVID hit,
right.
So it was like, all right, well,
but your situation, I mean,
I don't want to move.
You have a guy in LA now that can kind of help you put everything together, and then you just fly out and direct the movie, type of thing. So, I mean, really, you don't really need to move anywhere. Really,
I don't. But the problem is I have a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
And I have a baby on the way.
Congratulations.
And thank you. I'm so excited, little baby girl. And I don't want to be gone for months at a time and not be around her. Because with Alexa, I held her from the moment she was born in the NICU, in the fucking until yesterday, basically. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't have a job like her first 3 years.
Right.
I mean, I was doing film stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't have to work. So now with Isabella coming, I don't want to be gone for months at a time. But I will be.
This is a tough business to have families.
Yeah. So the wife and I are talking about what should we do? Should we move to LA? It's too expensive. 40% taxes there, man. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. Move to Nevada, you're on the edge of California. It's still a 3-hour drive to work every day.
Right. Yeah. Man.
Yeah.
Or a
6-hour flight. 6-hour flight from here.
Yeah. Well, it's not though. It's like 18 hours by the time it's all done and said. It's transfers. And
I've
done it like 10 times. Man. It's long, dude.
I used to do a straight flight from I think to San Francisco. No, it wasn't a straight flight. I took a layover in I think Tennessee or something like that.
Yeah, like the whole process. I mean, 12 hours. By the time you get to the airport. Get on the plane and fly.
I used to take all kinds of shit with me. Now I go with like a fucking bag.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, if I need something, I'll buy it there. I'm like, oh, fuck it. Cool. I take a little carry-on. It's got like another pair of shoes and 2 outfits in a bag.
Well, what a lot of people do is they just rent an RV and just put it on set or on the back lot or wherever they're shooting, and they just stay in that for a period of time. And then...
Well, I don't mind that, but RVs are everywhere in California.
Yeah.
They're horrible. They're like on the side of the road.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But that means I don't know what we're doing, man, because I don't know yet. I don't know the future. I don't know what's going to happen. Sorority going to make it?
Yeah.
Is it going to tank?
You never know which ones are going to blow up. You never know.
Man. I don't know.
With Atlanta, like, I don't. I mean, I see a lot of. I mean, I don't see a lot of projects that I see on like those websites for casting. I don't see a lot of those anymore. Like, there's just not.
Well, everything's shut down, man.
Yeah,
they're still closed. LA's still not making movies till next year.
Wow.
There's Marvel's shooting and shit, but they're not making like Lionsgate and Netflix. No one's shooting anything.
Right. Well, I think Florida's missing such a good opportunity to give tax credits. Yeah, but we have no tax incentives.
They don't care about film here.
No,
I know. And Universal Studios.
No, it's not even that. It's not even that. You know what it really is? What's the most thing in Florida? What's the one most thing in Florida?
Beach.
No.
Retirement?
Stadiums.
Oh.
You know how many stadiums there are in Florida?
There are a lot of stadiums.
Tampa, Orlando, Miami, Tallahassee, Jacksonville, Gainesville. They're everywhere, man. Yeah. They're everywhere.
Then you have the universities, UCF.
That's all it's about. It's about football. Florida's only about football. Yeah. We got 3 fucking football teams.
High school and college.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got Miami Dolphins. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and we have the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Right.
Then we have
the
Marlins.
Well, it used to be the
Rays,
3 biggest college teams.
Yeah.
Florida State, Florida, and Miami.
Yeah.
And USF and UCF now.
Yeah, they're picking up.
Well, I think it's the biggest campus in the country.
UCF?
Yeah. As far as students. And then you got USF, which is enormous.
Yeah.
Yeah. My friend's daughter is leaving New Mexico to go to college at the gate for Gator softball.
Wow.
Oh, wow. But I just think Florida's just missing an opportunity to have
There's so much other stuff.
It's not worth it to them. They don't care, man.
And you know what's funny? I saw somebody sent me an article. I think it was my mom sent me an article the other day about, hey, Tampa's trying to get big features to come here and shoot here, and I'm like, and then my girlfriend saw it and sent it to me too. I'm like, I've been hearing that shit for 10 years. Like,
no,
is a big feature like a Lifetime movie? Yeah, we got
that. All right, that's great.
And Spring Breakers. I mean, that was pretty much it.
But, there was more here though. The Punisher.
Yeah, the Punisher. I mean, for God, that was 90.
Gross. Cop and a Half was here. I won't forget when I started in the 90s, and people were like, "Dude, they shot Cop and a Half in Tampa." I was like,
"So?" I know.
What the fuck does that mean? Who cares?
It's true. It's true.
Oh man,
but it's such a great area too, and
it is.
We got beaches, we got great weather.
Well,
all the time,
we do
all the sports teams. Ybor City.
The problem is, man, is that the legislation here, if we want to get political, doesn't want anything to do with film. They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. It's all about sports.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Whatever. We'll go make movies somewhere else.
MTV's here with Siesta Key, but other than that, there's really nothing. They did Real World Miami.
Well, they get just in the area. They get pretty excited when something big shoots here. Like let's just say like Expedition Unknown with Josh Gates. It's shot here for Jose Gaspar, like a whole pirate thing, right?
Yeah.
They busted that for a while, but like, okay, that was a 20-minute segment on a TV show. And
look at the excitement that it brought.
Man. That's
the thing. Is like what's big here. A big
here is
like
so small.
The gum on the shoe of somebody in LA.
Right.
Yeah.
That shit's everywhere. You go to LA, there's a camera crew fucking everywhere. I'm not kidding. There are trailers up, lights are everywhere. You're like, who's shooting? They're shooting on cut. Is that Robert Downey Jr.? What's happening? It's crazy.
Yeah. But you see, like projects like that, like here, it like caused like a huge commotion. Like
it's because I think the legislation and the people see it like a fantastical event that never happens. They're not used to it. They're still not used to it.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I shot I use the term loosely, a YouTube series, but I have a show called South of Central, and it's just this comedy YouTube show. And I shot that whole thing in South St. Pete. It's all about South St. Pete. That's why it's South of Central. And dude, it was like tough getting that show done, man.
Yeah.
Tough.
Everything's tough here.
Yeah.
Even finding locations. I had a movie. I'm trying to find a locker room, like a high school locker room.
You're better off buying a storage unit and building one.
Impossible.
Yeah, no, just build it.
Impossible.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. It's
no one wants to help.
Unfortunately, when you try to reach out and you're saying, "Hey, come on, let's go do this thing," and they're like, "No, I'm too busy doing my own thing here because I'm going to be the one."
Right.
Well, instead of all just helping everybody get to wherever.
And then you talk to like the film commissioners. Hey, can you help me? I need a location and blah blah blah. And they're like, "Yeah, I'll have my secretary email you or something." And then you never hear anything back, and you're just like, "Fuck this."
How do we take over that board?
What, film commission?
Yeah.
I actually applied for it. And,
I did too.
They were like, "Yeah, fuck you."
I applied for St. Pete. Like that was like 5
Do they get like? How do they get like chosen? Like who chooses?
It's a job. Like
it's like an appointed position.
Yeah, it's like a.
It's like a gifted.
It's like
position.
a government job.
Should be like voted on.
Yeah, I saw the posting. It was like on Indeed or something that they were looking for the Hillsborough County Film Commission. I was like, I'll apply. Fuck it,
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
So I applied, and
they wanted somebody more with business.
Found somebody. Yeah.
They don't want the film. They don't want film.
They don't want an actual person that knows anything about film.
They want someone who knows business.
They want a salesperson. Yeah, they want a salesperson.
Sales.
Or a politician type person.
Yeah. Or I would love to be the film commissioner of St. Pete or Hillsborough one day.
Like, what's the power that they have? Like,
retired to it.
Like,
their job is to bring projects here and and help the people that are in the film community here. But
there's only so much they can do too. But like Tyler's not out there trying to screw anybody over by not helping them.
Right.
He does whatever he can. Same with Tony Armour. They try to do what they can for people, but it's hard because like we said, there's these circles of people who know everything. Right. Don't want to listen to anybody, including whatever the fuck the film commissioners have to say.
And the thing is like they make all these little bullshit projects. Like they have these Film Tampa commercials and Film Florida commercials, and they're spending like all this money on these.
Yeah,
and I'm like, Jesus Christ, like $100,000, I could have made like 6 movies for $100,000.
Yeah, well,
and so instead of
you could have made 10 movies. I've seen your budgets.
Instead of having the money go to actual filmmakers to make stuff, they're making all these commercials to get other companies.
You got to spend money to make money. I don't know.
Right. So it's like I don't know. I don't know what the answer is.
I agree. It's tough, man. But it's probably and locally, it's probably tough no matter where you're at.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like imagine trying to be a filmmaker in I don't know Minnesota.
Right. Well, that's the thing, man. Is like you can make a movie anywhere.
Yes,
but is it better to move to Atlanta and now you got like 80,000 filmmakers trying to do what you're doing?
For me, it's all about travel. That's all this for me. I'm going to be working regardless if I got to travel or not. I'd like to not travel.
Right. Yeah.
But if I have to live here for 5 more years before I'm a billionaire, fine, whatever. That's cool.
Yeah.
Right.
But I like where I live. I live in Seminole. It's beautiful there. I'm 5 minutes from John's Pass. My daughters love it on the beach. So I'm not going to complain. And if I got to fly, I got to take a whole extra day to travel. All right, whatever. Fuck it. I'll do that until the end of time if I have to.
Yeah. It's not a bad area. This is not a bad area to live.
It really is, do I want to shoot here again?
Right.
That's the question.
That's the problem.
And that's probably no.
Yeah. Well, and we were talking before, like the talent here is just, there's no talent pool,
it's
really.
Diminished.
Yeah.
It's the problem, like you said, they get a little bit of fame or a little bit of glory, they're gone.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I'm like, they got like one movie credit.
Or they're
moved to LA.
It's not even a movie credit. It's like a half a movie credit.
Right.
Or background.
Yeah. They're in a Lifetime. They take a picture of it on their TV, and it's like, there I am by the fountain.
That's true. Like, I remember when we used to do casting, like we did a casting call for Die Die Delta Pi. We had so many fucking people come into audition.
Yeah.
Like, it was unbelievable. And me and Sean did a casting for Dead Residents.
Yeah.
Remember, Tony? And like, we had like 4 people show up. I was like, what the fuck?
I was the one of 4.
And Tony was one of the 4. And I'm just like, what is happening?
Is it because there's nobody else? I don't know if there's people auditioning or not, because I haven't shot anything.
You know what?
Other than my show South of Central, which I basically handpicked people to be in.
Yeah, and that's what we do now.
I don't even audition.
We just call people, hey, you want to be in the movie? Cool, awesome. Yeah. But Sean brought up a good point. He said, here's the thing about nowadays is back then, people wanted to be an actor. That's my thing. I want to be an actor. So they would be in the movie we didn't pay them anything, and they would be in it. Nowadays, someone can take a picture of themselves and get 2 million views on Instagram and make money and be popular and famous. And so Sean said he talked to this girl one time. And he said, hey, would you ever be interested in acting? And she was like, why would I do that? And he was like, I don't know, to be in a movie and like be, somebody or whatever. And she was like, I just go on Instagram and I have like 1 million followers. Like, that's how I'm popular. I don't have to be an actor and work, and be an actor. She didn't care. So that's a lot of the mentality.
That's a lot of the mentality. Horrible timeline we're creating.
Right. It's terrible.
Because maybe it's this disassociation thing, man. I don't know.
Everybody wants instant gratification.
That's the problem.
But also, everyone has a camera in their pocket.
Right.
Like a high def, ultra 4K camera in there.
No,
I'm finding the acting situation in this area is really
they're all
difficult.
I don't know what that is. I know that I've worked with some people on certain projects, and I'd say I offer them other roles on other projects, and they flat out tell me no.
Yeah,
they don't want to do because of the role or they have some weird they think they're already too famous.
Right. I had a guy. I bring this up like once every other week. So I'm casting for this movie. I had a guy audition. I was doing tape auditions, and he sent it in, and I kind of liked him. I thought he had a cool look, and I thought he would be all right. So I offered him the role, and it wasn't paying a lot, and it was like a 3-day role, and I offered him the role, and he wrote me this huge, long email back about how insulted he is and all this shit, right? And I looked at his credits, and his only credit was guy at party. That was his credit. That was it. He had nothing else. And I'm just like, so sorry. I didn't know I was talking to Tom.
His name? Just give me his initials.
I know his name. It's.
I want to see if I can guess it though, because I think I know this dude.
I don't want to call him out on the radio. I'll tell you after.
Just give me his initials.
SG. SG was his initials. You probably never heard of the fucking guy because nobody's heard of him.
Steve Gutenberg? What an asshole. Fuck Police Academy.
But it blew me away that I'm like, I offered this fucking guy a role and he just blasted me.
Dude, I had some guy.
I'm like, if you don't, I said a simple no would have been great. Just say not interested. All right, cool. I'll move on. And then I offered it to the same thing to another person. He was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing! I'm so excited!" and all the shit.
Well, yeah,
and it's like you got two different.
You have people
there.
who I have this. There's this. I don't have it. It's not my saying. It's something I read once, maybe, or someone told me. You have this fear of success, and sometimes when people get that thing they've been reaching for, they don't know what to do with it, man. They get scared and they run away and whatever. Then they say, I could have been a woulda, shoulda, but I didn't have another. Right. And it's like, all right, get the fuck out of my
I know
face.
a couple filmmakers like that.
You know?
Afraid to fail or afraid to make something.
Dude, I know all of them. You know what I mean? Like, it just becomes down, it becomes this, this neat, like, for me, I've always wanted to be this. I say always, but I didn't have a clue until after high school.
Yeah.
So
I still don't.
I didn't have a clue until I was 40.
Yeah. Well, so now I know definitively what I'm doing and what I want to do.
Yeah.
And no one's gonna stop me. And if I reach my hand out and you tell me you're too good for it, I'm already blessed enough.
Yeah.
Like, you can get on the launch pad or fuck off.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I did that with a few people just as sorority was starting, and every one of them told me nay. Nay! Yo, come on, I'm doing this thing in LA. You want to come with me? I can only pay you this much. No, we'll also fly you out and put you up in a hotel. No, man, I can't. I don't know.
No, I got to work.
I might have a commercial gig next week.
That's my favorite thing. I got to work. I'm like, well, do you want to work at Burger King or do you want to make fucking movies?
Where? Like, the office job you have? Okay. All right.
Because I told that to a girl one time, and she was like, I'm working at this job and I don't like it. I said, well, you need to decide whether you want to work at a shitty job or you want to be an actress.
Yeah.
And she was like, she thought about it, and then a few days later, she emailed me, and she's like, I really listened to what you said, and I quit my fucking job today.
Yeah.
And now she acts.
And now she does
stuff. And now she lives in Atlanta.
Dude,
But you got to make a fucking choice. Do you want to be a restaurant manager or you want to make shit?
I
want to do everything.
I made 4 or 5 movies while I worked at Chili's. Yeah. I worked at Chili's in Tampa by the stadium for 6 or 7 years. And I made 100 Tears, Experiment 7, As Night Falls.
Right.
I made a bunch of movies there, man, while I worked there.
Yeah.
And I don't know where I was going with this. My manager at Chili's made me realize because I said, she's a new manager. She just came in. The old manager moved on, became district manager, and now there's this new woman came in. We didn't know anybody. She didn't know anybody. She came in. She fired like 6 people, and she looks at me and she goes, "You have to make a decision whether you want to work in the restaurant business or be an actor." And I looked at it, I was like, okay, goodbye. And I left Chili's.
Yeah, she lost that one.
Tampa Stadium Chili's because of this dumb manager.
Do you want to be a waiter?
Yeah.
Or do you want
Chili's, I could have been the best manager you ever had. You don't know. You'll never know now. She made that decision for you.
Yeah,
I hope you feel it.
I would have been like, is this a serious question? Because you're not going to like my answer.
Yeah, I was like, fuck it.
But for me, like as always, I try to get on every set that I possibly can. So like doing anything I can on the set, acting, shooting, whatever it is.
There's not a lot of that here.
No, yeah.
There's not a lot of filmmaking, quality filmmaking here. There's not a lot of potential opportunity from commercial work because it's all fucking union and done by private studios.
Yep.
Blue Water Media.
Well, I know a couple people that do local commercials. I just can't break into that because not a lot of people are actually spending money on commercials because they don't have anywhere to put it. No one watches TV anymore. Like they'll put it on YouTube and Facebook, but other than that, it's where do you put your commercials?
Yeah, nowhere. Radio. Yeah, 102.5.
I don't even.
It's the only thing I listen to.
I don't even have anything for a radio. I don't even have a radio receiver anywhere. Like, what do I use for a radio receiver? I do Spotify, Pandora. And who's advertising on that? Like, I don't know. Like, commercial work
Kevin
is just.
Hart.
Yeah, I love Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart's everywhere, and he just promotes his podcast.
Yeah.
On Pandora.
I want to shift gears a little bit. We haven't talked about. You were on season 2 of Stranger Things.
I was,
which was pretty cool. Seeing a local guy, make it in the.
Dude, I got a lot of shit for that.
So
A lot of shit.
Yeah.
How was the experience working on that?
Fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was the best thing in my life. Outside of sorority, it's the best thing of my life. And my children. But I'm not talking about that, sweetie. I'm talking about film right now.
That's cool.
Yeah. It was, I met everybody. They were the Duffer Brothers, which is great. I think they were a little annoyed by me because I was always being stupid. I had a good time with Paul Reiser. Dustin Gatton, cool kid. I talked to him quite a bit, and I talked to Flynn.
Mm-hmm.
Is that his name? I can't remember his name. But I talked to him outside, I don't know, for like an hour one day. We were waiting on because we were dual shooting the scenes where she's running through the hallways and we're running through the hallways. It's all the same fucking place, So we'd wait for a minute and they'd go shoot, and we'd come in, and we'd shoot, and they'd come in, whatever.
See that, Chris? Organization.
Is it a lot different working on a series as opposed to a movie? Like, is it a lot different, or is it?
Nah, to me it was the same
just
thing.
longer?
It's just a different. I'm just in a scene.
Like, how long does it take to shoot a 10-episode series?
I was there off and on. I don't know, weeks. I'd go up there for 8 days or so, come back, go back up there. The crazy thing was I'd go up there. Sometimes I wasn't used at all. Right. I'd be in the hotel for 4 days, and then they'd be like, "All right, we'll come back next Tuesday." Right. Okay, no problem.
I mean, it's crazy to me because we know how hard it is to make a feature film, and they're basically making 5 feature films.
Yeah.
All at the same time, and
if they're doing 8 episodes, 8. But it's cool, man. It was a really great experience, and it was fun, and the Duffer Brothers are cool, and they walked like the best part was I think that
the food.
No, well, yes, steak, prime rib, lobster. I'm not kidding.
Take notes, Chris. Take notes, Chris.
There was a trailer. The Crafty trailer was as wide as this room, and a trailer long, and there was counters and sinks and refrigerators, and it was drawers of whatever you want. Open up the top drawer, all candy bars. Every candy bar you could think of. Next drawer, every pack of gum you could think of.
That's amazing.
Third drawer, every kind of Kit Kat there was. Whatever the fuck it was.
Catering.
It was insane. You take whatever you want. So, what blew my mind is the professionalism of guys like Paul Reiser and the Duffer Brothers. Mm-hmm. Because I come out of my trailer to go get a cup of coffee in the Craft trailer. Crafty breakfast hadn't been set up yet, but it's like 5 a.m. But the trailer's there, and it's got coffee and shit inside. So I'm walking across the lot, and here comes Paul Reiser, and he knew me by name. He's like, "Joe." I was like, "Paul? Mr. Reiser?"
Why do you know my name?
And he's like, "Paul." And I was like, "How do you know my name?" He's like, "I always do. I have one thing." And I was like, "That's fucking great.
That's cool.
That's cool." And then
it's funny because you think people on that level would be like, "Yeah, I don't give a fuck about this guy," type of thing. You know? And when you actually
when we got in the
meet them and realize that they're really cool, that you're like,
when we got into the scene and shit, he and I started playing around a little bit. They had to pull us back because he's a comedian. So am I.
Yeah.
He's naturally in. And our improv is like we had the whole fucking place laugh.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we had a whole bit we were gonna do with the microphone and shit that they didn't want us to. You know what I mean? Like it was funny. I was gonna grab it, and he was gonna take it from me, and then I grab it back from him and shit. And, that kind of dumb shit.
So you annoyed the Duffer Brothers.
So
is that why they killed you off?
No, well maybe. But I remember standing there, and I was talking to Paul. I don't want to tell this story all the way. I'll tell half of the story. So after he doesn't shake my hand, Paul Reiser walks up and he's like, "What's up, Joe?" And I was like, "Hey, what's going on, Paul?" And we're kind of standing there, and this door opens up behind me, and it's big. It's like a submarine door. You have to step over it and duck down.
Oh wow!
Okay, it's to seal the studio off this noise.
Yeah.
Right. I turn around. It's both the Duffer Brothers, and I was like, fucking look at them nerds, and they walked in. They're like, "What's up, Joe?" And I was like, "What's up, guys?" I went up and I like fucking was just me to them, and they're very closed off. And the dude that didn't shake my hand, I kind of just looked back at him, was like, and then I just went and sat down, because we all had a scene coming up together.
All right.
Then he shook my hand.
Yeah, I bet.
See how things change?
Yeah. And I was like, at your level, you're still a fucking dickhead.
Yeah.
Good to meet you.
And you didn't say his name.
I didn't.
He knows who he is.
Yeah. Hellboy sucks.
I'll get it after the show. We'll talk about it next week.
Just a little punch. Hellboy sucked.
So you got anything in the works coming up?
I do, man. I do. We started. This is the fortunate thing that is the culmination of things to come. We got another movie going called Attack of the Fish People. It's another horror comedy. Sorority Dance, very horror comedy. Raunchy, very funny moments, I feel. Maybe not. Depends on, I don't know, but how the audience sees it. So there's just these great little moments in Sorority. Attack of the Fish People has a lot of these. I love horror. And I love comedy. Come with me to the lobotomy.
That's in this year, right? Lobotomies?
Yeah.
That was going to be my very first movie. It was going to be called Teenage Lobotomy.
Oh, man.
We talked about that.
Got a script and everything. I just never fucking made it. I was just sitting there.
Just drill them right up through their nose?
Yeah, I would drill them in their
Wasn't there the Brain Jack? What was that about? Whose was that? That was
Brain Jack.
Andy
That was
Lolino's.
Andy Lolino, Rock Grant.
Yeah. Yeah. So what was I talking about?
Lobotomies? No,
about the
fish people.
Oh, Fish People. Attack of the Fish People. We start shooting in September in Vegas.
Nice.
It's a creature feature horror comedy. It's a lot like
Fish People. Is it like based around water?
no.
Oh,
It's in the desert.
Okay. I was gonna say it's like it's a desert. There's no water around there.
No, but why do you need desert? I mean, why do you need water to have like metabolized fish people?
Walking on that. All right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, maybe it's not fish people. Maybe they're really aliens. We don't know yet.
We don't know.
We don't know. So they look a lot like fish people, though. Anyways, it's a lot like I want to say, I don't know, Critters. Meets Tremors.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Speaking of Tremors, Nick Benson's out there in Vegas.
maybe
Special effects?
Oh no, Roy, man, Roy's my dude.
Oh.
Roy Kinnear.
Yeah.
We're partners on this too. He co-directed Sorority with me. We're co-directing Attack of the Fish People. His company's handling all the effects, and I'm doing all the production side.
Do you know Nick Benson?
No.
We had him on our
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, he did Tremors.
A few weeks ago.
The original
He did
Tremors.
Oh, nice. He made the
And he's
creatures
got
and stuff.
he's got
Yeah.
in right outside Vegas. He's got a horror. No, is it a horror museum?
It's a museum, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
he's got a
it's-
museum with all this cool horror
Where's
shit.
that?
Yeah,
I
It's
bet Roy
right
knows
outside of
that.
Vegas.
Yeah.
I'm sure Roy knows him.
yeah, it's right outside of
But,
Vegas.
yeah, I've been wanting to go there.
Yeah.
it seems
They said
really,
it's
really
huge.
cool.
He said it was like 10,000 square feet or something like that.
Props.
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
I never
it's
saw
pretty
it. Roy didn't take. Well, I don't know. Who knows? He didn't take me there.
Next date. Next
Yeah.
date.
So the movie's set in this little town in the middle of nowhere, and some fucking shit breaks out, and people are trying to stay alive and not get turned into fish people.
Sounds fun.
A lot of funny action, a lot of gory moments.
Have you cast for it yet?
No.
No?
We haven't really done anything. We brought. Well, there's some people we reached out to who we know we want in it. Sarah.
Script's all done?
Yeah.
So you write a lot, right?
Yeah.
How many scripts do you have just like sitting there that haven't been made?
Well, I'm rounding up to 45 scripts.
Right.
I've turned about 8 of my own scripts into features, and so that leaves however 45 minus 8 is 20. Nope.
37.
Thank you. So that's 37 scripts. Plus, I'm working on 2 more that I just thought of, and then I thought of a new one today while I was sitting in the Starbucks drive-thru.
Do you have plans to do you like trim out which ones you think are doable or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you have different levels of
Yeah.
script. Like these are going to be $10 million.
Yeah, that's why there's
$1
certain
million.
ones. It's my cascading. Like it's basically like kneading out dough.
Right.
Now don't make it a movie.
Do you have movies that are priorities? Do you have ones that are priorities?
No. I didn't. We're Roy and I, our team now, which is called Blood Brothers Productions, along with Soda Effects and Regular Studios. We are now rolling out a new platform that we hope works. And if that works, then the next series of films that we're doing is I have a World War II film called Unit 66, and then I have a very similar along the same lines, a 1950s crime noir movie, where our hero is from World War II. So if we can keep doing this pattern, those will be our next two features, and then hopefully in the magic world that all this makes sense and works. Maybe we'll circle back around and do Sorority 2 or Attack of the Fish People 2, right. Or maybe we just keep moving forward. And, eventually my ultimate goal, I have a movie called Bloodbath, which is a werewolf film that's basically pretty much like Attack of the Fish People.
Not enough werewolf movies.
There isn't. And it's this rural town gets spot on by a pack of werewolves, and they're like, we're going to fuck up this whole town tonight. Nice. And they basically fuck up this whole town. And that's my ultimate movie I'd love to do, but I feel that's going to be like 10 million. Yeah. I'm not there yet, man. I'm not there yet. I'm just barely touching $1 million. And, we'll see what happens, man. Maybe I'll get to a real, $2 million movie one day and do something spectacular. But if not, man, I'm happy at the, $1 million mark. I'll just keep doing that. Maybe make $3 million a movie or something. I'm not trying to be a billionaire. I'm trying to be successful.
Sure.
Yeah.
So,
me. I just want to be comfortable. That's all. Yeah, I have no desire to be ultra rich.
I want my kids to be happy, man.
I just want to pay my bills.
Yeah. Pay my bills, relax.
Extra money.
I don't want to stress about it. Don't want to stress about money, about my bills. That's the perfect life for me. Not having to stress about money or bills. And just relax.
I grew up in trailers and on food stamps and shit.
Yeah.
I don't want. That's why I was out by a sophomore. I don't want that for I don't want my kids to have that. I don't want them to.
Yeah.
But is it good to know that? Maybe I don't know. Maybe.
It formed you. It made you the person that you are today.
I've noticed that a lot of people when they're poor, when they're young, are very successful because they don't want to fucking live like that, and they do whatever it is that they have to do to.
Yeah.
I'm not successful yet.
And they're not. But we're not. We're also not. Fragrant with our money. I don't know if that means what I wanted to say.
Frugal?
No, we're frugal.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have money. We're not going to go fucking blow a bunch of money on stupid shit.
Right.
Because we don't. But people who kind of are born into it and don't understand that, not everybody drives a Corvette to school. They're the ones who end up broke as shit at 60.
Yeah. Well, I grew up very poor, which is why I work so much as I do. Like Chris will tell you, I work literally 7 days a week. Literally.
Yeah, when I met this guy, he's like, I want to make a fucking TV show, and I'm going to build all these sets in the warehouse and all this shit. And he's like, yeah, but I work 80 hours a week.
I do.
When the fuck are you going to build sets?
Yeah. My warehouse is not done yet. I'll show you the warehouse after the show. I literally...
When I was doing 100 Tiers, man, I worked full time at Chili's. I would come from set sometimes directly to Chili's.
Yeah.
And work 2 shifts or a double shift on a Friday to go back to shoot Saturday.
Yeah.
And not sleep for 3 days. And I did that shit for months.
Yeah. Well, I said
Experiment 7 is Nightfalls. I had jobs when we made those movies.
I got off at 4 a.m. last night. Well, 7 hours ago. Literally. That's when I got off work, and look where we are now. Yeah. So, like I said, this is what I love. This is what I want to do. This is, I just love the industry.
Last week, I'm pounding on the fucking door. I'm like, hey, dude.
I was dead.
It's going to be on 10 minutes. Yeah. What are you doing?
I was sleeping. I was in bed. I was knocked
your ass up.
But we got up. I got up. It was good.
It was a good show.
So, so that's Attack of the Fish People.
Nice.
Small town attacked by fish people.
You said shooting in September?
Yeah, in Vegas, a little ghost town called Nelson.
Nice. Nelson.
Yeah. That's cool.
Nelson.
We'll have everything solidified for that tomorrow.
Nice.
Contractually through lawyers and shit.
Oh,
It takes forever.
Yeah.
It takes forever, dude. But I love my lawyer, Andrew Marcella. He's great, Andrew Marcella.
I definitely need an entertainment lawyer.
Yeah,
definitely. Well, my lawyer's great. I work with him for real estate stuff, but that's nor here nor there. Oh man, but he's local. He lives a mile from here.
That's what you need, man. Yeah. I need an entertainment lawyer, and He's badass, dude. He went to battle for me.
Nice.
Yeah, he was like, I'll go make sure none of these people work again. Is basically what he said.
Yeah, that person that fucked you in Sarasota. Oh,
yeah,
how
you're done.
Fuck?
You don't know it yet. You don't know what's coming, but you're done. The future is written for you.
It's like, you're dead. You're dead.
I hope you have an alternate timeline you can use a tesseract to get into.
Yeah,
wake
Loki.
up with a horse head in his bed.
Yeah.
Ah!
A whole fucking horse on top of it.
Oh, man.
So that's Attack of the Fish. We start shooting in September. Sorority be polished up before we start shooting. It'll be done, ready to go. And then I don't know what we're doing from there, man. I might come. If I stay here, I'm going to probably shoot a second season of South of Central.
Nice.
Awesome.
But
Where is that? That's just on YouTube?
Yeah. I'll do that locally, do that in St. Pete and stuff. And it'll be fun, man. I'll get, my good old buddy Dan Brienza back up to help me. You know Dan?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's really, dude, I've known him a long time. He's a really great guy. Super technical. He's way more technical than I am.
Yeah, I'm not.
He starts talking. I'm like, Dan.
I know.
I was like, I don't care, man.
It's funny because I shoot, but I'm not like a gearhead. Like I don't know a lot about cameras and stuff. I'm like, hey, I heard
also
this one's
read
good
the room.
camera. Let's shoot.
Like, I don't care about what's in it.
Right.
Like, what does it do? Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
To me, I'm like, all the cameras shoot pretty good. Like, if you have a 4K camera, it shoots good.
I think
you gotta
about
have
cameras
lighting.
the way a DP probably thinks about a script. Like, I don't care what's
It's just
in
a
it. What are
tool.
we shooting?
Right. It's a tool.
Like, what are they saying?
Yeah.
It's a tool.
That's how I
And,
feel. It's the same way.
I feel like lighting's way more important than the
I'm
camera.
like, no, man, it's got 3CCD chip. It's an 8K. You can look at the mood with it.
I'm like, yeah, okay, great.
Cool.
But everybody's going to be watching this shit on their
here.
phone, so who cares?
Yeah. I just need this scene right here today. Are we going to get to that anytime soon?
Now, when you're doing in development, are you in the editing room when they're editing the movie, or?
No, I step away.
Yeah.
And then I'll deliver what's known as a reel.
Yep.
Right? So we'll get a reel, I'll look at it and make my notes. And then, because we're in our co-directing, so usually
So you wait till the whole thing's finished?
just a reel.
Or you just
No,
get
sections.
clips?
We're getting 5 reels. Like for Sorority, we're getting 5 reels, which is just how he clipped the movie.
Right.
So we've already got the first 3 reels. I just got the 4th reel while I was sitting here. So that gives him 1 more reel to do, and then that'll be the finished movie.
Nice.
Now, do you choose the color grading too?
No.
Okay.
No. So we have Nelson Torres editing Sorority. He's amazing. He's done all of Sean Cunningham stuff. He's been in the industry a long time. His sister is Christina Torres, who's a head writer for SVU.
Nice. Oh wow.
So they're really cool people, man. So I don't do anything other than make my notes. Be like, I like this when she said this line. It's not in there. Let's put that line in there, or let's cut from that. Let's do a better wipe or whatever. I don't know what I said. Whatever. Right?
Yeah.
So, and then he's like, "You're an idiot. Shut up." And I'm like, "Okay." And then he sends it back. Once all that's done, then we'll look at the whole thing, and then I'll probably go back to LA. I'll sit with Roy and him, and we'll all make our notes, and then we'll lock it. It'll probably be locked within the next 2 weeks.
And do you cut a trailer after everything's finished?
We still need visuals. We still got 2 months worth of visuals.
Right.
It goes to visuals. It's supposed to go to visuals on July 1st.
So you need the whole thing to be finished before you even think about cutting a trailer.
Yeah. So we'll finish up now, this next week or so, and it'll go to visuals, and then we move into pre-production for Attack of the Fish People.
Nice.
And then I'll be in LA for that, so I can run right over to the visual company,
right?
Which is Brothers Ugly, and just look at what they're doing, whatever we want. That's what I was doing when I was in LA. I'd run over to Nelson's. Look, but I don't have any edits for him because the guy's a genius.
Yeah.
So, he'd be like, "What do you think?" I'd be like, "I don't know anything now." Because it looks great to me, but I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, am I right?
Isn't that funny? Like, when you look at something, you're like, "Man, that looks amazing." And then someone else is like, "That looks like shit."
Yeah, I know.
And I'm like, "What?
I'm the
It looks
same way.
great."
Yeah.
I'm like, "What the fuck I'm talking about?"
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh shit.
So I'm hoping that our plan works in the future here, the next very few months. You know,
that's what we all hope for. We all hope for the best.
So hopefully March of 2022 we'll have a release. That's the goal.
Super cool.
Absolutely.
Stay busy.
Yep.
Anything else you want to talk about?
I don't know, man. I love Felissa, and I had a fucking amazing time. And thank you for having me on your show.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
With that said, thank you everybody for Killer Collab Podcast for joining us, and Joe Davison, thank you for joining us, Killer Collab, and as always, Chris Lato from Reaper Films.
Thank you.
Yeah, Reaper Films. Yay! Ladies and gentlemen, like, subscribe, hit the bell. Bye.